Let's see who we get in here tonight. Today. I was going to say tonight. I forgot it's a day one. Hopefully, everybody can see me okay, and hopefully I'm coming in clear. Put my glasses on so I can read. We have someone. Hello. I'm going to hold off just for a little bit. I want to talk to you guys about something, again, about keto, but I'm just going to wait till I get a few more people in here. Where's my keto peeps? So excited to hear about weight loss and how everyone is doing. But we're just waiting to get some more people in here. Who's in here with me right now? Hello, Leon. I am doing well. How are you? We got 3 of you in here. I'm just going to wait till I get a few more in, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about a few things about keto again, and then we'll go into the questions and answers. Oh, thank you very much, Leon. I appreciate that. Do you do ketosis or keto? Do you do the keto diet? Hi, Kimberly. I'm doing well. How are you, sweetheart? Am I coming in okay? I'm not cutting out or anything, am I? That's wonderful. Good to hear. I bet you're waiting for my outfit of the day tomorrow, right? Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just a simple, quick, just ponytail. And I have natural curl, but I also add a few big curls into it because mine's a little bit more of a tighter curl. So I kind of make it a little bit more loose. But it's so hot here in Minnesota. It's like 92 today. Oh, thank you. You like the outfits too? Well, that's great. Yeah, I got a sporty look coming tomorrow for you guys. Yeah, I know, Kimberly, you love those outfits. I love to see yours on Facebook too. I've always been a fashion girl. No matter what, no matter where I go for holidays, even if somebody isn't dressed up, I come dressed up. I've always been girly and very ladylike and um, very classy. Yeah, you'll like it. It's just more of a sporty look, but it turned out really cute, and I did it at a really awesome place. Me and my husband did it. He always takes me to a really cool place to do things, you know, the outfits of the day at, so. But yeah, it's really hot here. I finally turned my air conditioner on today. Aw, thank you, Leanne. That's very sweet. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's so hot here. Hey, Jennifer. Yeah, you like that one, that pork chop one? That one turned out really good. I was surprised. How hot is it there, Kimberly? Here in Minnesota, it's like 92 today, and the humidity is like 80%, I think. It's pretty hot. So finally, I turned my air conditioners on. Before losing all the weight, I used to use my air when it was like 70 degrees. I'd have my air on. Now it's got to get pretty hot before I need it. I'm just waiting for a few more of you guys in, and then I just want to go over something that I had learned again. Well, not learned, I know, but just something I'd like to talk to you guys about. And then we'll go into questions and answers, or just questions you guys have, if it's not keto wise, or just to hear your guys' success stories. If you guys lost any weight this week and how your keto journey is going. We got 6 of you now. Hi, how are you guys? Great to see you. We'll see if we can get a couple more in, and then I'll go into what I want to talk about. I did make a video. I can't remember who had asked me to do a video on a full day of eating keto the whole day, but I'm starting to make that video because I only eat dinner and a snack, keeping the whole meal or the whole day at 20 carbs and keeping each meal 6 and under. So I'm doing that for you guys. I should have it up first part of next week, and it'll just show you a full day of eating keto, and I kind of explain in each video. You'll see me dressed a little different in each one because I didn't do it all in one day because I only eat 2 meals and a snack. But I will, I explain a lot of things in there, so I hope you guys will enjoy that. And it just gives you an idea how to eat a full day of keto and staying at 20 carbs for the whole day. $105. Where are you from, Kimberly? Hi, Keto Ruby. How are you, sweetheart? The video, Kimberly, is right. I said 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock Central Standard Time here in Minnesota. Next week, I'm going back to 6 p.m. Every week, I do it different. I do 6 p.m. and then 1 p.m. so that my people that live over, you know, in other countries will get to see me, because right now it's like 7 o'clock for them, 7 p.m. So, yeah, I'm doing it 1 o'clock. I told you guys last week I would do it today at 1. Next week, I'll go back to 6 p.m. That way, you know, because I got lots of people that watch me from all over the world, and so for them, it's different times. So I like to switch the times from 1 o'clock 1 week. Next week will be 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Washington, D.C. Wow, it rains a lot there, doesn't it? Seems kind of hot for Washington. Does that seem right, honey? Am I thinking right, Washington, D.C.? Way to go, Keto Ruby. Awesome. Okay, it's 2 where you are and it's 1 where I am. So you're ahead of me by an hour. But yeah, I've got some people that live in other countries. Hi, pretty Amora. How are you? Hours ahead of me. Maryland. 11 a.m. in Arizona. Wow. My husband's always said he wants to live in Arizona. He's a runner, and he wants that climate, you know, to be able to run. He loves that. He said that he wants to move to Arizona. I've got all my family here in Minnesota, though. I don't think I could actually move to Arizona. I couldn't leave my son or my mom. Oh yeah, you'll just probably stay the same then, Jennifer. Sometimes that happens because technically you really did lose then if you stayed the same weight, because we all know during that time of the month we gain like 5 to 8 pounds. So you probably are down quite a bit, maybe 3 to 5 pounds, because it's always a little bit less on keto because we're always getting rid of the fluid. So from Turkey, Leon, awesome. I'm breaking up. Hi, Stephen. That's wonderful. I'm glad to teach you guys. I actually want to go over something with you guys before we start the questions. My husband's doing well, Ruby. Thank you so much. 10 minutes from Washington, D.C. Wow. 119 degrees, Jennifer. Wow. Oh, so Jersey is good weather, huh? Yeah, here in Minnesota, it kind of just is different all the time. Of course, we get the 4 seasons, and right now it's like 92 degrees. It's a little bit hot, huh, Jennifer? Okay, so I've got a few of you in here, so I'll just kind of go over what I wanted to talk to you guys about, and then we'll go into the questions and answers, or just to chat for the next 45 minutes. I I watched a video last night on a doctor. Again, I always like to watch these videos. It just, my husband actually showed it to me and I thought it was really neat. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I already know this stuff, but you know, I used to think when I started keto, I used to think, wow, your internet is lagging, Jennifer. I hope that it's going through. I hope you guys can hear me. But anyways, I used to think the way we would eat, I would think, wow, this seems like Bible time eating, like when Jesus walked the earth, how they would have ate way back when. Because of course they didn't have all the garbage we have now. They didn't have the chips and the cakes and the candy and the fat-free this and the fat-free that and the, you know, all the preservatives and everything. They didn't have Bible time eating. And it was kind of neat to see this video on this doctor because that's exactly what he said. He said a lot of people call the keto diet a fad diet. This is not a fad diet, okay? This has been around for hundreds and thousands of years. All it is you are eating your protein and your fats and staying away from the carbs. Now, if you think about it, in the sugars, if you think about it in Bible time, all they had was the fresh meats from the animals, your fresh veggies, and your fruits. Now, we don't eat a lot of fruits on keto. We only do the berries like strawberries and raspberries because they're lower carb. But then again, fruit was given as a treat in Bible time. It was their nature's candy bar. Like we would have a candy bar, they had an apple or an orange or whatever. So they didn't eat a lot of fruit. So a lot of them would have been in a state of ketosis. And that's why if you read in the Bible, it talks about how they lived many, many years. They didn't have what we have now. And even bread, I mean, think about it. How would they have made bread? Everything they cooked was over fire. So how could they have made a loaf of bread? And if they did, it was done flax-wise, like a flax seed or something. So I thought that was kind of neat listening to this doctor say that we were fooled, like in our generation, or like back, like our parents, not really even our parents' generation, but kind of, you know, getting away from them, like our generation. I'm 42 years old. Kind of like our generation, and even now our children's generation was lied to our whole life that fats are so bad for you. So everybody switched over to low fat eating and, you know, eating the carbs, but going low fat on everything. You know, you got your low fat or fat-free cheeses and dressings and, you know, just anything out there is got a light or a fat-free. America became obese, became, you know, you're hearing of the diabetes and the, you know, high sugar levels and high triglycerides and high blood pressure and gaining weight like crazy and high BMIs and all that because everybody went fat-free eating the carbs. In reality, if a doctor will truly tell you the truth, and some of these doctors will, and not a lot of doctors are nutritionists, but they obviously know what's better for you, is fats are better for you. That's why in Bible time, that's what they ate. They're natural fats, your natural fats. Now, I'm not talking about deep fried foods. I'm talking about your natural fats from meats, from cheeses, from, you know, your full flavored milk. Now, we don't do milk. We do almond milk, of course, on keto. But like the butter and stuff like that, they ate all of that at the full flavor because that's all they had back then. And yet they lived these long lives. And now in our generation, we're being told that, you know, you need to do low fat. And that is not the case. Obviously, they're finding out now that we need our fats. That's what you need. Our body needs it. And this doctor was talking about a man training for the Olympics that his endurance is so high doing keto, like the highest he could ever be, and he is doing keto and eating the fats because our body is made up of fat. We need our fats. That's what we need, okay? We don't need the carbs, and that's why back in Bible time and way back, they didn't have all that. They didn't have all those carbs and everything to eat, and now we do. Our generation brought it in, and it's so bad, and just our kids are getting diabetes at young ages, and it's just so bad. Truly what it is the fats are good for you. That is what's good for you. And if a doctor would truly sit down and tell you this, but not a lot of them will. And like I said in one of my videos, might have been last week, it's like a conspiracy. These doctors don't want to tell you the truth because they will be out of a job. That's what I believe. And also think about it when you go to a doctor and you say, you know, I don't feel good, this is wrong, this is wrong. What's the first thing they do? They pump you with drugs. That's the first thing they do, okay? They need it to, you know, they got their job now. You went to them, they made their money, and now the prescription drug companies are making their money. But when you do keto, not a lot of people are getting sick. People are staying well for so long. In 2.5 years myself, I've gotten sick maybe twice with little tiny colds. By the next day, I was better. When I asked the doctor, why do I fight off a cold so quick, or just never am sick? And I said, I used to get sick constantly, and I did. I would be sick with, if I got a little sore throat the next day, I was hit so hard with bronchitis. I would be on prednisone, you name it. I was sick for like 6 weeks. I couldn't get better, and I was on all these medications. And she had told me, because my immune system is so high running on keto, my immune system is really high. Well, that just proves that we're eating correctly, eating this way, because I've gotten world was to transition over to keto, all these doctors would be out of business. All these drug companies would be out of business. So I feel it's a conspiracy, but I love what this doctor said, how it is Bible time eating. And this is how we're supposed to eat, how America changed so much when everybody said, oh, you got to eat fat free, just like eggs. We were told our whole life that eggs are bad for us, that you should only eat the whites if you're going to eat it. And that is a complete myth. Eggs are so good for you. They're an excellent source of protein and fat, and they are so good for your HDL and your LDL cholesterol levels. They're really, really good for you. You're supposed to eat both the yellow and the white, and the yellow is even better for you. So we're starting to learn that now, and our generation is bringing in, just saying, okay, this is how we need to eat. And you watch how this generation is going to change, and how many more people are going to get healthy versus, 10 years ago. All of us, myself at 22 years old, I had super high cholesterol. I barely ate anything. I was dieting then. I know that, as a woman, I've been dieting my whole life, okay? But I had these high cholesterol levels and all this. It was just so weird, and I couldn't figure it out. But now I know, as time goes on, what my brother has taught me, what I have learned doing keto, that it is so much better to eat your natural things from the earth that God has given us, your animals, and try to get grass-fed organic meats, because obviously they're injecting all these animals with garbage. So if you can afford it, it's only like 50 cents, 60 cents, 80 cents more to go organic. Organic veggies are more for the fact that you don't get any pesticides then. The pesticides are lower and stuff like that. It's better to do organic. So, but that's what God had for us, was our natural meats. And remember, back in Bible time, they weren't injecting these animals. They were eating grass. That's what they were eating. So it was better for you. But you got your natural fats from your animals, your natural fat from the butter, from your cheese, from, your veggies that are so good for you. And it's important to get 6 to 10 servings of veggies, and your fruits. Obviously, we don't do a lot of fruit on keto. We do strawberries and raspberries, and we limit those only because they are higher. Like one apple is 30 grams of carb, and we're trying to keep our carb at 20 in one day. So not saying that apples and oranges are bad for you. They are a good complex carb, but people doing keto don't eat those just because they're just too high. In fact, fruit in a person's body that's a diabetic, their body does not know the difference between a candy bar or an apple now. If they eat either or, their body, their insulin levels are going to react as if it was a candy bar. So that's why it was also called in the Bible time, nature's candy bar was their fruit. So even they didn't eat a lot of fruit. Look at Adam and Eve. Eve was tempted by an apple. Was she tempted by broccoli? No, she was tempted by an apple, because that was their nature's fruit. Nature's candy bar. So that's why it's just sad that this has happened to our society as we've gotten older, being told fat-free this and fat-free that. First off, it tastes like garbage. It's all processed. You need to eat it in its natural state. That's what's healthy for you. Obviously, if God made it in the natural state, obviously that's right, because God doesn't do anything wrong. He's perfect, okay? I am a Christian. I believe in the Lord, and I believe that we're going to go by what God had planned for this earth, and he did the veggies, the fruits, and the animals to eat. That's why when Noah built the ark, when he had him build the ark, he said take one, two of every animal, the male and female, because we need to procreate them, because we need them for food for us to eat. So don't ever feel like eating fats versus carbs that you're gonna be sick or whatever. I have never been healthier in my life. I feel great, and I will never change. Like I've told you before, I will always stay keto. I will never ever be a person that eats the breads, the rice, the pastas. Maybe as a treat. I've had 5 cheat days in 2.5 years, and it's only one little tiny meal and a tiny treat. This year so far, I've only had one on Valentine's Day. I don't have any interest in it. I could care less. I do it to please everybody else for like a holiday or something, but only a special holiday, like maybe Thanksgiving, because my mom cooks a lot of food. The first year I didn't, so the second year I did for her. But yeah, I've went through holidays. I don't need all of that garbage, and I will stay keto my whole life. And I've got many of my friends that are doing it, and they feel better already. My good friend Monica has went through a surgery. She just recently had gallbladder surgery. Now that it was nothing to do with keto, just so you guys know, she was having gallbladder problems her whole life with her stomach, and it ended up becoming, very much inflamed and stuff. So she had her gallbladder removed, and she had a hernia that had been there for a long time. She had that removed too. Now, nothing to do with keto, but the doctor had told her that all her blood readings were perfect. What was she doing? And she told him, because she had said she had lost almost 100 pounds, and he was blown away by this. He said, how'd you lose 100? He was kind of scared for her. When she told him, two of the doctors, him and one other doctor, one of the surgeons and him, said, excellent way to eat. So there's two more. And I just bumped into my doctor. That was my doctor for 15 years. One, she didn't recognize me because I haven't seen her for over 2 years. And two, she was just blown away and told me, yes, keto is the best. So now that's my 7th doctor, because I see a primary doctor, a psychiatrist, I see a pain center doctor for my back. I had a car accident years ago. I know there's a couple more. So it's a primary doctor, a heart doctor, my regular primary doctor, my psychiatrist, my pain center doctor, a nutritionist. All of these people that I meet with to go. And I just recently had blood work done, and I told you guys I would tell you everything came back excellent again. As always, it came back. This is my 4th time having blood drawn in the 2.5 years, and I'm still doing well. And I've even upped my fats now because I am in maintenance mode, so I eat more fats. But that being said, like I was saying about your natural fats are good to eat. Go ahead and eat those, but stay away from the cheese. Don't eat a lot of it. Eat it, but just don't eat a lot of it. Parmesan's a real low one you can eat, and mozzarella's real low. Those you can eat, but try to really just monitor the cheeses and like the butter. Those two are gonna be a little higher, but your natural fats and stuff, enjoy them. And just keep your fats lower, like I said, around 50 grams if you're trying to lose weight. If you're a woman, a man, maybe 60 to 70 grams. Keeping it low and keeping your protein half your body weight. But I just wanted to let you guys know I had watched this video, but I had already knew this. I, in my head, just said, this seems like it would be like Bible time eating. Isn't that funny? And then I come across this video years later talking about it, and it is a doctor talking about that. So I just think it's wonderful. It's a wonderful way of eating. I love sharing this journey with you guys and just all the people doing it. I mean, Monica, my good friend, she is 1 pound from Wonderland, everybody. She is 200 pounds. In 8 months, this girl lost almost 100 pounds. She is doing so good. And I have followed her through the whole journey. So I'm excited for when she hits that Wonderland. I told her I want to be the first one she calls, because I know there's going to be tears of happiness, tears of joy. She has worked so hard. While she was in the hospital, this woman turned away everything. They put her on a liquid diet. She was even turning liquids away because she was afraid she couldn't have it. Doing keto, they were giving her broth and stuff. So every once in a while, she'd have her mom bring her in like a bouillon cube. I mean, this girl was tough on herself. She was in there for a few days, and she turned everything away to stay in keto. She's tough. She's like me. I'm very tough too. I've been tough from the day one, but she's very, very tough, and I'm so proud of her. And she's like 1 pound from Wonderland. So I'm excited. I have got a few gifts set aside. I've made her a few things, and a few gifts I've got set aside. I'm excited to give it to her. She lives in Miami. I'm here in Minnesota, but I plan hopefully this year to go see her, to meet her. But she is definitely a godsend, and I love her. So, but anyways, so that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. That don't ever be afraid of good fats, because they are what our body craves and what our body needs. And if America would stick with this, you watch and see the healthy people that we're going to have again. We're going to be healthy like Jesus and all the people that walked with him. So if any of you guys have any questions, I'm ready for you now. I see a couple come up. Oh, it saved your gallbladder. That's wonderful. Yeah, I had my gallbladder removed years ago, like after, I think, it was after I had my kid. I had my gallbladder removed. Mine was so bad, my intestines were sticking to it. So they removed mine, but it's a family genetic. My mom's has been removed, mine, one of my brothers, my cousins, my aunts. It's a family genetic for us. So it was removed way before doing keto. But my brother Robbie, now he still has his gallbladder, and I'm surprised, but he does keto. Maybe his was saved, because my brother Tommy, who is just 1.5 years under him, just had his removed not too long ago, but he wasn't doing the keto or whatever, where my brother Robbie is. So maybe he saved himself. My brother Robbie also had problems with his, he had diverticulitis. The worst case of diverticulitis you could ever imagine in your life. In fact, the doctor wanted to cut away most of his intestines, and my brother said, no, let me try to do it on my own. From doing keto and everything, my brother has rocked himself his diverticulitis like doesn't even exist. Like he has proved that he did not have to have everything taken away and wear one of those bags on the side of you, you know, for your stools to come out of and stuff. He would have had to do that for a while. He said no way, and he proved them all wrong. See, I'm saying I just think it's a conspiracy to make money, you know. If you eat healthy, people wouldn't have these problems. Yeah, Jennifer, isn't it just a wonderful way? I mean, if that's the way God had planned it, how could it be wrong? He is perfect, so how can it be wrong? But then, as we all call it, like the devil brought in all the bad foods. Why did I have mine removed? Because it was so bad. This was years ago, back after my son was born. It's a family genetic thing for our family to have gallbladder problems. Like 20 of us throughout the whole family, through aunts, uncles, my parents, everybody had it removed. It was like a genetic thing. And mine was so bad when I had it removed, it was sticking to my intestines. And my mom, years before me, you know, like when I was just a little girl, she had hers removed, probably about the same age I did. Hers was so bad it was non-functioning. Her gallbladder had shut down. It was non-functioning. She was put in emergency surgery. So that's why mine was removed. But it just proves that without a gallbladder, you can still do ketogenic too, you know, eating higher fat foods. You just got to make sure that the, you know, the acidicities and stuff that you get your, you know, your greens in, and you want to make sure that I do like a little bit of lemon, like squeezed into my water and stuff to get the acidicities going inside and stuff like that, just to watch it. But I'm doing great, so. Yeah, it sure does feel good to be thin. It feels good to be thin, and it feels good to feel good. Like I feel good all the time. There's one thing I suffer with, and this has nothing to do with the, you know, the keto or anything, is I have vertigo. I do stuff with that. I get fluid in my ears. So I suffer once in a while with dizziness and stuff like that, but I am on a nose spray, and I am on Claritin for the allergies and stuff because my allergies are always bad. But some days are really good for me. Some days are bad where I'm pretty lightheaded and dizzy, but all the doctors have checked all that. It's not anything to do with the heart or anything. It is fluid. I can feel sometimes if I'm sitting too long and I stand up, I'll get that pressurized like on an airplane. I'll feel the both ears plug on me like that. So I know I have fluid backed up in there, and I just haven't went in. I really should meet with a nose, ear, and eye specialist just to have them look, just to check, because they could probably drain that fluid for me because I do deal with that, but it hasn't been that bad. You know, I always say it hasn't been that bad, and then a few months go by and I do good, and all of a sudden it comes back again. So I really should just get it checked, but that's really the only thing I deal with, but I push through that, you know, and vertigo is one of the hardest things for them to cure, like to find a cure for it or to figure out, you know, what's going on. So again, it is one of the hardest ones of having different types of vertigo. And I believe mine is the little hairs in the ears and the little fluid back up, you know, the fluid that builds up in the ear. Jennifer Murray, are you one that eats a lot of fat on keto? Because if you're trying to lose weight, you want to lower your fats. You want to keep your fat grams at no more than 50 grams. Keep your protein at half your body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you would eat 100 grams of protein. That's what you want to do. If you're not losing any weight, then you're eating too much fat. You're eating too much fat for what your body has. Yes, too much fat, honey. Lower the fat down to 50 grams a day and use your own body fat. That's where it starts with low carb, high fat, is the fats on your body, okay? That's what's gonna act as your energy source. So now lower those fats down. Stay away from like cheese and stuff like that and butter. Use your good stuff like olive oil to cook things, but you know, minimize that. Watch how much you're using. Coconut oil is a good one. Avocado, nuts. You can eat those, just limit those and try not to get more than about 50 grams in a day. Eat a lot of low lean meats because they're so high in protein and so low in fat. That's what you want to do for now, and your veggies. And you know, try to keep it low. Watch, you will definitely lose weight. And I hear that all the time from people that if they're not, you know, they're doing keto and they're just not losing because they're being told it's a high fat diet, eat lots of fat. You don't need the lots of fats in the beginning. You need your body to be that as your energy source. So cut those fats way down to 50 grams a day, half your body weight in protein, and 20 carbs or less in a day, keeping it 6 carbs or less in one meal, and you will definitely lose. All the ones in here that have been with me for a little while now are now losing because they were doing the same thing, eating too much fat. So just do that, and I promise you, you'll come in next week, or if I don't see you next week, maybe the week after, and you'll tell me you're finally losing. That's what we all did in the beginning wrong because it says low fat, you know, or high fat, low carb diet. That's what the problem is. I don't understand how people do either. Like when somebody says they eat 200 grams of fat a day, first off, none of them are losing. Secondly, that's just a call for high cholesterol. I am in maintenance mode and I don't eat 200 grams of fat a day. I'm lucky if I eat 80 to 100 grams a day, and even that seems like a lot to me, but I am in maintenance mode now, and I need the extra fats because my body doesn't have a lot of fat on it anymore. I need that energy source, and mine is all good fats, you know? But I hear these people like, oh yeah, I eat these double stack burgers with bacon and cheese. Sure, you can eat all that without the bun, but not all the time, and they're eating 200 grams of fat. I don't get that. Where they're being told this from, what site, is beyond me. I mean, if they ate 200 grams of good fats, maybe it'd be all right, but I don't know. I still disagree with that, and you're supposed to use your body fat, and I, like myself, I eat 80, maybe 90 grams a day, and sometimes it's like 70. Like if I don't feel weak or fatigued, I go even lower. But your body will tell you when you're too weak and you need more, because remember, we don't have an energy source with carbs eating that low, so our fat is our energy source. So now that I'm only 135 pounds, I need more fat now for an energy source. That makes sense, right? You are very welcome, Jennifer. Hi, little Mars. Or Mars, however you say it. I don't understand what you wrote. I only speak English. I don't know if that was Mexican or what. But yeah, that's the thing. We were lied to our whole life. Get away from fats and eat carbs. Just the opposite, man. Get those carbs out. The carbs are the devil. I mean, think about it. The donuts, the cake, the candy, the cookies, the chips, like, you know, the pretzels you dip in cheese and all that. Come on. It definitely is a temptation or whatever, and people want to eat it. And that's why people are overweight. And they're thinking, well, I lowered all my fats and everything. That's not what you needed to do. You needed to up your fats and get rid of the carbs. And we only really do carbs with our veggies. Sure, some things we eat, like maybe some processed lunch meat, if you have that one day, is going to have a few carbs. Some maybe like summer sausage, cheeses is really low in carb. Like some of that's going to have carb. But basically we get it from our veggies. So we're getting a great carb source. And then our fats, again, need to be a good fat source, which is avocado, eggs. Eggs is going to be your best friend. And I say that in a video that I do. It's your best friend because it is such a good fat and such a good protein for you. Olive oil, coconut oil, avocado, nuts, you know, different things like that, meats. Get the fat from your meats, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's what's good for you. That's what you want to eat. But again, trying to lose weight, keep those fats lower. So I ate, basically throughout my journey, it was pretty boring. I basically just ate all these low lean meats and a veggie, low lean meats and a veggie. I ate my veggies plain. Like sometimes I'd put Parmesan cheese because Parmesan cheese is very low. I would sprinkle that on it, maybe a little bit of olive oil and vinegar, or I would buy the olive oil vinegar dressing. But I like to make it at home because it's better. It's, you know, you're getting olive oil then. But, you know, I would sprinkle that on the veggies or whatever just to give them a little flavor and a better fat. And that's how I ate all the time, was just so low. And then my breakfast was usually like a few eggs and turkey bacon. I mean, I did sausage once in a while and stuff like that, but I really kept all my meals really, really low fat. And that's why I lost 150 pounds in like 13 or 14 months. So it was it was no more than 15 months I lost 150 pounds. And now I've been maintaining now. And when I started this journey, I started it off doing, I don't know if you guys know it, but the Richard Simmons diet. I had done that years ago. Now, Richard Simmons, he's like non-existent. You can't even find him anymore. But I still had my deal a meal card, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do this diet. My kid was losing weight. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the Richard Simmons. Now, I did it. I felt horrible, weak, fatigued. I was getting heart palpitations constantly. I didn't feel good, and I did this for like 2 months. I lost like 15 pounds, but I couldn't lose any more. And then my brother had introduced me to keto. He had told me about keto prior to this. I was a little scared to do keto and stuff like that. But then just one day when I was seeing the weight come off of him and stuff like that, I said, that's it, I'm doing keto. Within 3 days, I was in ketosis because I was already eating so good for 2 months, you know, just already doing lower carbs, not extreme low carb. So I got into keto in like 3 days, and I felt I wanted to run a marathon. I felt so good. And every month that went by, all this weight was just flying off of me. And like I said, I couldn't even work out because I have a bad back. So that being said, it proves that even without exercise, I lost all that weight in 14 months. So it's just insane. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jennifer, that I hope it's not me. I hope my computer's okay. Can you guys understand me? Am I lagging at all? Honey, do you know what net carb is? Are you counting it as a net carb? Because if you're doing a net carb, everything's going to be pretty low. Veggies are pretty real, pretty low. Broccoli, for a serving of broccoli, it's only, you're doing the net. Okay, for broccoli, it's only like 2 carbs for a serving. So let's say you did 6 servings of broccoli, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's only 10 carbs. So you know what I mean. So another one is oh, what's it called? Spinach. Spinach is only 1 gram for 3 cups. I mean, 3 cups, that's 3 servings. It's only 1 gram. So yeah, you just got to have better choices on that. Like asparagus is a little higher, but again, that's only like for 7 asparagus sticks, it's like 3 carbs net. I think that's going to be your highest one, is going to be asparagus, is like 3. All the rest is going to be 1 to 2. So, do a few servings of broccoli and a few servings of spinach, or a few servings of, your spinach salad, or your salads. They do have, like a spring mix salad and stuff like that. Those are all pretty low. I mean, I keep mine really low, and I'm doing 6 servings a day. So always make sure you do net. And yeah, if you're doing only 1 to 2 carbs per serving of each thing, you're only going to be at 5 to 10 in a day. Now you got 10 left, and if you're doing all fresh meats, there isn't really nothing else that's going to get you to the 20 carb, because fresh meats don't even have that unless you're doing anything processed or whatever. So it shouldn't be that hard. Basically, it should all be in your veggies that you're getting. But yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. And like Dr. Berg says, a lot of people don't even count their veggies as a carb. He says, take that off the top. Don't even count your veggies as a carb. I've always followed and counted them and kept it at the 20. But Dr. Berg does say your veggies, your greens, your good veggies, your greens and stuff like that, and stuff you're supposed to eat, he said, don't even count those in your 20. So I don't know. I mean, he is a doctor and he is a nutritionist. They say not to even count them. Yeah, too much cheese. Get away from that, because cheese is very high in fat. Very good for you. It's okay once you're in maintenance mode to eat. But yeah, don't eat so much cheese. Use that as a treat, like a cheat day. Not a cheat as in cheating going out of keto. I mean like going to a party, then you have your cheese and meat trays and stuff like that. Enjoy yourself so you can stay in keto. If you need to have your cheese, do lower cheese. And mozzarella's a lot lower. Parmesan's a lot lower. Do like a lower choice of cheese. But yeah, cut the cheese back. Cottage cheese is lower. You could do that. It's like for a half a cup, it's 3 grams of carbs. So try to get it that way if you have to have it. But yeah, cut back the cheese, because that is one that will keep weight on you. I mean, because I eat a little bit more cheese now, but I'm in maintenance mode. I ain't trying to lose any more weight, and I continue to maintain my weight at that. So cheese is a big one, and butter. A lot of people like to use a lot of butter. You'll see pictures of keto meals that they got this big old steak and a huge couple pads of butter melted on it, or like you see it in a restaurant that way. Don't do it that way. You don't need to put pads of butter on your steak. Eat your steak and put on, a little bit of like if you have to have like a flavor, a little bit of soy sauce to dip it in, or a little bit of like a ketchup, a sugar reduced ketchup, or a sugar free barbecue sauce, or they do make some low carb steak sauces, stuff like that. But yeah, but don't be using the butter and stuff like that. You don't need it. It's, eventually as time goes on, you're going to do such a thing called fat bombs and things like that when you get into maintenance mode. It's really for people that are trying to gain weight, people in maintenance mode to get the energy. Then you'll do your pat of butter in your coffee with your heavy cream and all that. But right now, don't worry about that right now. Your biggest goal is to get the weight off, like I said before, as fast as you can. So keep that fat really, really low. So, and then you will definitely get the weight off quick. Like I said, I got it off fast. My brother Robbie proved, he exercised with his, but he got his weight off like the first 100 pounds in 4 months. 4 months he did this. My friend Monica, like I told you, she's 8 months in, and she's fats is good, like avocado and eggs and olive oil and coconut oil and nuts. That's what she's doing for fats. Yeah, and some people do. It just depends on your metabolism, Ruby. Some people, don't lose as fast, but a pound a week is still really good. That's still awesome. I mean, think about it. If, a pound a week, in 4 weeks, you've lost 4 pounds. In, 2 months, you've lost 8 pounds. I mean, before you know it, the weight is coming off, and sometimes the slower the better, because it'll keep off then. Yeah. Oh, okay. See, I forgot that you had said you only had 30 pounds to lose. My last 30 pounds was so hard. I lost the first like 100 pounds. The total I lost was 150, but I lost my first 120 pounds really quick. I did that like within a year or under. It was like, I don't know, 10 months, 9 months, right around there. Then, yeah, the last, like, it took like 6 months then to get off like the last 20 to 30 pounds. Oh my gosh, it was a bear. I had to keep going lower and lower and lower in calories. I kept lowering 100 calories to be able to get it off. And I got to a point where I was only eating like 1,050 calories. That's all I was eating. And then eventually I had to, build it back up to build my metabolism back up. But yeah, it gets hard. The last 30 pounds, I'm going to tell you right now, is pretty hard to do. It really is. It's hard to get it off, but you will do it. We all did it. So be happy that you're still, because that's about what I lost on an average, was about a pound a week when I was getting my last 25 to 30 pounds off. So you're actually doing pretty good then. Some people go a little faster. If you exercise, if you could get out and do some cardio and really get yourself going and get sweating and stuff like that. I'm not talking muscle building because that's going to, trade for weight, because muscle weighs more. If you go and do some cardio with it, my brother did that, you are going to lose that last 30 a lot faster. You'd lose 2 to 3 a week then, because you're burning it. But if you can't, then yeah, you'll lose it about like I did. So, but don't worry. Even 15 months to me seemed like nothing. Like 15 months to lose 150 pounds or 14 months, like that flew by. I'm already 2.5 years in now, so like, the 15 months, let's see, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, to 3, to 4. Oh, I'm farther in maintenance mode. I keep telling people about 6 months. I'm over, yeah, like close to a year or whatever in maintenance mode. But yeah, it came off so fast. I couldn't even believe it. Like, it was just weird. But the hardest, let me tell you, the hardest is the last 5 to 10 pounds. It is the hardest. I literally like did everything I could. I cut the fat so low. I did everything to be able to get that off. That takes the longest. The more you get closer to your goal, the longer it does take to get it off. So don't be discouraged. A pound a week is fantastic. Hi, Sharon. How are you, beautiful? This is why I do some every other week. I do the lives at this time. It's 1:45 for me right now, 1:45 p.m. where I live, and I'm sure it's like, what, 7:45 where you are? That's why I do it this time, so I can get people like you in here, because I know you guys live in other countries, and I want to see your faces too. Next week won't be till 6 a.m. or 6 p.m., which is Central Standard Time. So for you, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's going to be like 12 o'clock for you. Yeah, the heavier you are, the faster you're going to lose it. Absolutely. That's just a proven fact. I mean, in the very beginning, it was falling off of me. It seemed like I was losing 10 pounds a week, then, 10 to 12 pounds a week. Then it went to 8 pounds a week, then to 6 pounds a week, then to, 4 pounds a week, then to 2 pounds a week, then to 1, then to half a pound every 2 weeks. Yeah, the skinnier you get, the harder it gets to lose it. The heavier you are, it just falls off, it really does. So don't worry about it. You're doing really good. I forgot that you only had 30 pounds to go. Yeah, 7:45, that's what I figured. That's wonderful to hear, Sharon. I'm glad to see your face in here. You can do iced tea and do the NutraSweet, Ruby. You could do, what is it, the stevia you could put in there. So iced tea is really a great one for hot weather, because tea is a great one. Tea and coffee. If you could do iced coffee and iced tea and just add the sweetener in it, that's really good for you. The Powerade drinks, like I teach you guys, the Mio, they're little water enhancer drops that you get from the store. They're Kool-Aid or Mio brand, and you just put them in some ice water like that. Obviously, ice water is a great one when it's hot out. Diet Pops, but I would say tea and coffee, like iced, would be the best, or the Powerades would be the best for you, because these are gonna give you your electrolytes, what you need, but the other would be ice and coffee and tea are such a great diuretic. Like, it really will help you go to the bathroom and stuff like that, but just so good, like, for the hot weather. Like, it's really great to have it for the cold weather, your hot tea, your hot coffee, and then switch it over to iced tea and iced coffee in the summer. And, but also those Mios are great, so. He's doing really well on keto, Ruby. He does basically just the 2 meals a day like I do, and a snack in the evening too. He's already lost like 5 pounds, and he actually just started only about 5 days ago. He used to do keto a while back, but he stopped for a while. Now he's back doing it. It's only 5 days in, and I think he's lost 5 pounds. Guys are crazy. They lose weight so much faster. It really does. Like Monica's husband, he lost so much weight so fast. Yeah, iced coffee is so good, Sharon, isn't it? Of course, his meals, Ruby, are a little bit bigger than mine. You know, I'll make them a little bit bigger, still keeping the carb the same, but like the meats, I'll give him a little bit more meat than me and stuff like that. And like in the evening where I'll only eat like veggies and stuff like that. Like I really didn't eat a big meal after dinner. After 5 or 6 p.m., I never really ate anything big other than like a Jello salad. I mean, a Jello treat with the 2 tablespoons of whipped cream and a little bit of nuts. I would do that a lot. I ate a lot of sugar-free Jello. Every once in a while, I would do like celery stalks, a few of that, and a little tiny bit of ranch dressing. But basically, that's all I did. Now I'll eat a little bit more in the evening. Like I'll have maybe once in a while a little meat and cheese tray, or I'll do the veggies with the dip. I don't, really uh, worry, just having a little bit. Now I can do a little bit more and stuff like that. And I'll still do the Jello treat once in a while. I will do eggs at nighttime. If I'm hungry enough, I'll make myself some scrambled eggs, some hard-boiled eggs, whatever. I mean, I'll eat a little bit more now because I'm in maintenance mode. Yeah, a lot of guys don't want to do it because it scares them, Sharon. It scares them thinking, how could I give up all that stuff? But if they could just see like the meals that I make, if you could start making those meals, you could do it in a tricky way. I mean, I'm sure you cook for your husband, so just cook and make these meals and just make them for him. He won't even know they're keto. At least you're getting him to do that, and maybe you could help him where if he gets into that state of ketosis, he ain't going to be hungry either. He ain't going to want other things. That's what's nice about keto. So maybe you could trick him by making these meals for him and make them all keto. Like, get him off my list. Go into my YouTube page and go down my playlist under keto and mukbangs and meals I've shared and stuff like that, and just make all these different recipes. A lot of the ones that I've done, I've even wrote it inside the box, so it's really easy. Oh, there you go, girl. You're tricking him. Has he liked the meals that you're making? It's funny because they are really good. Like they do not taste. I always say, how is this a diet? Because we're using all the real stuff from the earth, the real fats, the real cheeses, the real butter, the real meats, what God gave us. That's why everything tastes so good. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't watch it. That's good. So I got about 10 minutes left. If anybody's got any questions for me, I am more than happy to answer them for you to the best of my knowledge, which I know a lot. If I don't know it, I'll be honest, but I will find the answer for you, and I will have it for next week. But next week I won't be until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, that's funny, Sharon. Minnie, you want to say hi? She's laying at my feet here. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Say, I need a bath. I need a bath. It's time for a bath. Say hi. This is my little girl, whoever hasn't seen her. She's a 4-pound Morkie. And she needs a bath. She says hello. Hi, P Bear. Good to see you too, honey. How are you? I got about 10 minutes left of this keto questions and answers live. So if anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. And we all know that I will be back again next week. For those of you that are new right now or didn't hear me in the beginning, I actually do have a video coming next week. I believe I'll load it on Tuesday. I had somebody had asked me, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been Keto Ruby. Had asked me to do a full day of keto eating. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. Now I had to break it up because I only eat dinner and my snack, and you're gonna see me dressed differently, but it's supposed to be as if it was one full day of eating. I am keeping it at 6 or less carbs per meal, keeping it at 20 for the whole day, but I am doing a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, and a treat. And I'm almost done with the, almost done with the video, so I hope you guys will enjoy that. I'll probably open it up on Tuesday. Like I said, if you see me looking different, that's just because the video took a little bit to do because I only eat 2 meals a day. So, and I really wanted to try to come up with good ideas, but I'm sharing a lot of information in there too and telling you how you could change what I made a few different ways too. So that should be nice. I hope everybody will get a lot of information out of it. Oh, that's wonderful that it lowered, P-Bear. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. I told you, everybody, see, keto lowers the cholesterol. That's awesome. Everybody clap. That's so great. Awesome. Yeah, it's a whole day of how to eat keto, keeping it at 20. And it's showing you there's a lot of food that you'll see I'm eating. My breakfast, my lunch so far. There's a lot of food there. Breakfast was only 4.5 carbs and dinner was 6. I mean, lunch was 6. So I have like, counting everything I did, I've got like 9.5 carbs to go for my dinner and for my treat. And you watch, I'm going to have it perfect for you guys. And in the video, I teach like each one. So like breakfast, I'm talking about different things that you can do to change it up. Lunch, different things you can do to change it up. But just giving you a quick, easy example how to put together a full day of meals and make it pretty simple too, because I needed it simple in the beginning, but I needed it to be, you know, good too. So that's so awesome, P-Bear. So glad to hear. See, cholesterol is coming on from people eating carbs. You got to eat the good fats. That's what our body needs. But yeah, I hope that video is, you know, it's going to be really fun for you guys to see. Like I said, I had to break it up, but I'm doing it as an example of what a person could eat in a full day of keto eating. And I'm showing you lower fat ways too. And, you know, my meals that I'm doing are lower fat. I'm teaching you that in there. They are lower fat. And I'm telling you what you could do if you wanted to have a little bit more fat or change it up a little bit each meal. So I just kind of teach that, but I'm just giving you an idea. And I think it was Keto Ruby. Ruby, was it you that had asked me to make that video on a full day of eating keto? If you're still in here, sweetheart. Oh, the one with my son. Somehow, I am so sorry, I deleted it. It was the shortest video ever though, because like I said, we didn't get any recording out to eat. My camera had gone dead. So it was just a little clip that we did at home and it got deleted. I'm so sorry about that. All I really have is photos now to do, but I deleted it by accident out of my phone. It was just a quick little video of us, but actually what he got for me, if you guys want to know, he bought me a pair of Rock Revival jeans. They are almost $200 and I didn't want him to buy this. When we went in there to look, I told him I wanted to go to Charlotte Russe. And he said, well, let's just go and Buckle. And that's where he shops for his clothes. He goes, I just want to go in here for a minute. He wanted to look for something, but he was looking at all the women's jeans. And he said, do you like these? And I said, yeah, but not for $180. Now, back in my time, a pair of Jabots or Guess jeans, they were around 100. So yeah, that makes sense. All these years later, they would be that price for a pair of, you know, jeans like that. But that's what he wanted to do. And so I kept saying, I wouldn't let him do it. And he said, would I try a pair on? So I went and tried a pair on. Now, none of this was filmed. We just did the filming after I was showing you guys me in the jeans. But he told me to try them on, and I did, and I came out, and he said, let me see. And he goes, let me see the back, because the back, Rock Revival jeans are known for, like, all their gems and everything on them, too, and they're awesome jeans. And when I turned around and showed him the back, he popped off the tag and ran up front and paid for them and told me to keep them on. They were my Mother's Day gift. I couldn't believe he did that for me. I would have never let him do that had I known what he was going to do, but that's what he got me. And I'm sorry that that video got deleted. I could do a small little video of just me and him, like the photos of me and him that day, because we have a few photos, but I just thought, oh, the clip is gone. We were talking a little bit about what he had gotten me, and he was showing his muscles off and everything, but I lost that clip. I feel so bad about that. My brother was the first one. My brother Robbie P-Bear was the first one to ever find keto. Keto's been around for thousands of years again, and this was Bible time eating, but my brother found this low yeah, low carb, high fat site, and he started to study it. He studied it for about 3 to 4 months, and then he decided to do it. And then we kind of all followed in his path as we seen him losing. So, and it all became a lifestyle. He's still doing it right now. He is like 3 years in. His children do it too. He's got a 16-year-old, a 13-year-old, and an 11-year-old, and all of them been doing it for over 3 years. They all do keto with him. They're all boys, and they do it with him. But yeah, that's how I got started in it, was because of him. Yeah, what an awesome gift, huh, Jennifer? Yeah, P Bear, you guys will get to see him. I'm actually doing an outfit of the day in them for you guys. Um, yeah, Dylan is absolutely adorable, isn't he? He has got so many girls always talking to him. He's got a girlfriend though, and he's pretty loyal. But yeah, he's always got girls talking to him, and even I get jealous of my kid because he's my son. Don't want to share him. But yes, I'm going to do an outfit of the day in them. It won't be this week. It'll be next week. Next week's video, when you see the nails, these nails you see are still the same ones I was wearing. But when you see my new set of nails, my toe design in the outfit, I'm actually doing, yeah, the jeans. And I really, I don't want to tell you what the outfit is, what I'm going to call it. But yeah, I'm doing a outfit of the day in it because I just couldn't believe he bought these for me. Like, I was just blown away. And you know what? I may be 42, but I'm going to rock my rock jeans. My son kept telling me, he did a little clip in the mall of me, and he's like, he laughed at me because I was really strutting myself, and he goes, he goes, rock those jeans, mama. So that was cute. I had that too, that little clip, but all that stuff got deleted. I was so mad, but I'll have to do some video someday so you guys can get to see my son more. We're actually going out on his birthday on the 29th of this month. My son's going to be 20 years old, and we're going out to eat. That is going to be a cheat day for me, just so all of you guys know. I haven't cheated since Valentine's Day. He begged me to have a cheat day with him, even though he eats really good. He wants to have a cheat day with me, so I am going to cheat that day to please him. It's only going to be for one meal and one treat, and then I'm not going to cheat again until, I think I'll have one more on me and my husband's anniversary and one more on Thanksgiving. I do 4 a year. That's all I do, but I'm in maintenance mode, so even if I put on 3 pounds, go out of keto for, you know, 4 or 5 days or whatever, I'm going to get right back in and I'm going to lose it. I'm at my goal, so it's okay for me to have a cheat day once in a while, and it actually spikes your metabolism. Is good for you. So I'm going to do that, but see, I'll see if I can, I'll see if he'll let me record that day. Yeah, Kimberly, I can't wait to show you guys. All you need for protein, Critterbug, is half your body weight. So if you weigh, for an example, if a person weighs 200 pounds, you need around 100 grams. So if you were getting in 80 to 100 grams a day, if you were 200 pounds, you'd be getting in enough. So that's all you need. Yeah, you don't want to go over on protein either. Going over on protein, unless you are really working out and stuff like that, then you need more protein. But if you're not somebody that really works out hard, you know, weightlifting or anything like that, you can keep your protein around half your body weight, and that is okay. Now, I've had my levels all checked. It's 2.5 years in, and I've always ate half my body weight, and I'm doing fine. So, but yeah, it can definitely spike your sugar levels just as well in that. So just make sure that you keep it around 100, half your body weight. So if you weigh like me, I'm 135, I eat around 70 grams a day, 65 to 70 grams a day of protein. Okay, honey, enjoy the mukbang. I love you. So it actually is 2 o'clock. So I hope, Carol, Critterbug, that helped you out. And everybody else, I love you very much. Thank you for stopping back in. I love you too, P-Bear. So I will see you later. I will see all of you later. I will be back in for my live keto. You're so welcome, Critterbug. I will be back in next week at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So just look for me then. I love you all very much. Thank you for all your wonderful questions that you asked, and just all the inspiration from you guys too. I love hearing about it, and you guys are awesome, and I can't wait to see you again next week. And I've got lots of videos coming from now until next week when we do the live. So everybody do well and continue to keep that fat low, your protein at half your body weight, and I can't wait to hear how much you lose by next week. Love you all very much. See you later.